Hello, welcome to the news update on Africa 24 Hours TV. My name is Amos Zegi. We'll begin from Algeria. African leaders meeting in Algiers on Sunday urged the formal recognition, criminalization, and compensation of colonial era crimes through an African Union-backed reparations processes. The push follows an AU resolution passed in May that seeks to define colonization as a crime against humanity, a classification missing from current international law. Delegates highlighted the massive economic damage caused by European powers who extracted Africa's gold, diamonds, rubber, and other resources, leaving communities impoverished. Some estimates place the cost of colonial plunder in the trillions. Algeria's foreign minister Ahmed said hosting the meeting in Algeria was symbolic given the country's brutal history under French rule, where hundreds of thousands died and widespread torture occurred. His stratified restitution must be seen as neither a gift nor a favor. The reparations push also aligns with African efforts to recover looted cultural artifacts still held in European museums, including Algeria's century canon Papa Mirza. And now to Sudan. It has been 6 months since Sudan's armed forces regained control of Khartoum, but more than 2 years of war have left the capital in ruins, and returning residents now face severe environmental hazards threatening millions. A prolonged conflict between the Sudanese army and the rapid support forces has devastated the country's economy, destroyed factories, and crippled basic services. Damaged industrial sites are leaking chemicals, and without functioning authorities, many areas cannot be secured or repaired. Across Khartoum, the destroyed industrial and energy facilities still contain hazardous substances dangerously close to homes. An environmental expert said rapid forces occupation of the capital turned hospitals into disease hospitals, with medical workers targeted and ambulances future, leaving outbreaks uncontrolled. Rubble from bombed buildings is releasing toxic materials like asbestos, putting families at risk of long-term respiratory illness. With waste treatment plants destroyed, sewage systems have collapsed, and garbage now flows into the Nile, highlighting the threat of cholera, malaria, and typhoid. Health experts warn that without urgent intervention, Sudan could face environmental damage that would take decades to reverse. We now move our focus out of Africa and down to the Southeast Asia, where more than 1,000 people have been killed and thousands more stranded after a week of relentless monsoon rains, intensified by a tropical storm and fueled by the impacts of climate change, cough, freeze, Southeast Asian countries. The severe weather triggered landslides, flash floods, and widespread destruction of homes, roads, and farmlands. Emergency teams are struggling to reach isolated communities, with many areas still cut off by high waters and collapsed bridges. Authorities say the death toll is expected to rise as rescue workers continue to search for missing persons. Governments across the region have issued urgent evacuation orders and appealed for international assistance as hospitals overflow and critical supplies begin to run low. Meteorologists warn that extreme rainfall events are becoming more frequent as global temperatures rise, increasing the vulnerability of millions living in densely populated, low-lying areas of Southeast Asia. That's it for the news updates on Africa 24 Hours TV. To stay tuned, just subscribe to the YouTube channel at Africa 24 Hours TV and log on to our website for more breaking stories and news out there. And also follow us on all our social media handles on your screen. Thank you for watching and have a blissful day. I remain Amos Sige.